What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to another exciting LumaFusion effects video. In this video, we're gonna create a super dope music video effect, and I got the idea from Cinecom. And if you haven't checked out Cinecom, and if you're not following Cinecom, make sure to check them out in the description below. There's a link to a video just like this. This was inspired by Cinecom as well, because they are making this in After Effects and so on, and that gave me the idea to see if we could make this in LumaFusion. And easy as that, simple as done. And if you're new to this channel as well, make sure to check out that subscribe button if you are interested in checking out the future videos that I have on this channel. You can also check out some of the older videos, which are super awesome for LumaFusion content creation as well. But enough of that. In this video, we're gonna make this.
Progression is all that I wanted, a foe in affection, I summon it.
So that's a pretty dope music video effect that you can add for your videos. And without further ado, let's just jump over to LumaFusion and start this tutorial. So once we get over to LumaFusion, we're gonna go on and create a new project. So for this effect here and this project, we're gonna type music as the project name. We're gonna choose the frame rate of 24 and tap new project. So once we created our new project, we're gonna go over and import the video file we're gonna use for this effect. And for this video, I'm gonna use the new single, which is the Life is Good by Future featuring Drake. So we're gonna go on and import that over to our timeline here. And we're gonna skip and cut away the part here that we don't want. And I kind of want to use this first part here because it has some lights in the ground here and on the floor, and it's also lighting up both Future and Drake as well. So this effect kind of fits perfectly for something like this. So what I'm gonna do is to just cut out the part here which we don't need, let's say there. Delete the last part, and here we have the kind of sequence within the music video that we want to use this effect for. So we're gonna go on and take the first part here, and we're gonna stop it there, make a cut to it, and we're gonna let this play as normal. And when you come back here again, we're gonna make a cut just to make it more visible within the LumaFusion editor as well. So we're going to use these two files here to create this effect. And the first thing we're going to do is to simply duplicate this 6 times. And this effect is also something that I saw from Cinecom, which is doing Copycat Friday and a lot of different things for Premiere Pro and After Effects. But I thought this was a good effect to show you guys in case you don't follow Cinecom. And there's a link to this video on Cinecom as well if you want to check that out. But this effect is a really cool way of spicing up your music video if you're going to edit on the go using LumaFusion, and if you really want to have something different in your videos. So now that we have this clip here, the next thing we're going to do is to duplicate that 5 more times, and that leaves us with a total of 6 layers of the same video. And we're also going to do some changes to that once we place these on the remaining tracks from track number 1 all the way up to track number 6. So let's go on and duplicate these files there. So we're going to duplicate 1 time, and then 2 times, 3 times, and let's see, 4. So now we have 6 of the same video file here, and the next thing we want to do is to pinch to zoom in, and we're going to go to the beginning, and we're going to take this first part here and we're going to drag that 1 frame to the right. You can make this in different ways as well, but I'm first going to show you the example and how it's made, and we can change and play around with it after we gone through this first process here. So now if we scrub through the timeline here, you can see that there's no difference in the video at all. So what we're going to do now to make that sort of a fake light trails look to our music video is to go into the first clip here and into edit. And we're going to go over to frame and fit, and then over to blending, and we're going to choose lighten. We don't want to choose screen because that is going to lighten up the overall image too much, so we're going to choose lighten. And we can now copy this effect by tapping on this button here, the attributes clipboard, and then copy. And moving over to the timeline here, you can now see that we have some light trails in the image as well here around Future and Drake, and also on the ground there with the light panels on the floor and so on. But we're gonna go over to the next one and copy this one more time, and then we're gonna do this to the remaining clips except for the bottom one. And you can now see that we created this weird, awesome looking effect on the person here and also on the floor. So if we now scrub through here, you will see it starts from normal and then it starts building these layers of the same video and kind of makes this weird, satisfying look to the effect and to the video in general. Now let's see how this looks when we do a playback of this effect. Awesome. And the way we can end this as well is to simply take the parts here at the end and we can just drag these in 1 or 2 frames depending on how you want this effect to look on your music video. So we have 2 frames there and 1 frame at the beginning here. So now let's do another playback. You can see that it kind of comes in, the effect comes in here and it stays, and then it goes out again and it goes back to normal. Now we can do the same thing with this clip right here, and what I'm gonna do is to duplicate this 5 more times, 1 more time, and just place them above each other here. And now that we duplicated the layer here 5 more times, we can pinch to zoom in and we can adjust this just a little bit more this time. So we're gonna go something like this, and that and there we go. So now we placed this in like we have a bigger gap and we don't have 1 frame, we have a couple of frames, we have 2 frames here. So again, this is just the normal effect. But we're gonna go on and we're gonna apply the effect to these clips here as well. Now that we have the same type of stretch to this video here as well, what we can do now is to kind of just make a cut here to all of these files here, the 5 files like that, and we can take this and we can drag it in so we can make a closing point here as well, like that. What we can do now is to go the opposite way here. We can just play around with the layers here to see if you can find like a unique way of doing this method to create this fake light trails, and by placing them in a different way, and just see if there is one way that you can create something that you haven't seen before or that no one else has seen before either. So it's just about being creative here to see if we have some different things that we can make. So let's do a playback of all the effects together here. So it's just about being creative with these type of layers here, and you can also try different blending modes, just see what works for you. But this is an awesome way that you can spice up and make some really dope music video effects in LumaFusion as well. So now let's do a render of this sequence we put together here with this super awesome music video effect and see how the final result turned out to be.
Progression is all that I wanted, a foe in affection, I summon it.
So that's how you make a super awesome fake light trail effect in LumaFusion. It's pretty simple, and if you have some creativity and with your creative minds, which I hopefully taught you something over the last year now, with your creative mind, you might be able to create something which is even cooler than this. So that's the end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed this effect right here, and I see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and notifications on, and give this video a like to not miss any of my future videos, and I see you guys in the next video.